Before we kick off right now, I've been thinking. Well, we are kicking off right now, I guess. But I've seen that there's a new, there's a new Jennifer Lopez album. That's just so damn exciting to see. I guess I just was seeing an ad for it on Spotify. I'm just mentioning it because this album title reminds me of another similarly talented artist. Another kind of artist that really just takes a part of themselves, it rips it out and it shows it to you, just like Jennifer Lopez does. And that person is Neil Breen, because as you see with this new album of hers, it's called, can't be bothered even looking it up, I think it's called This Is Me Now. And it's even got the ellipses, the three dots. Just seems similar to Neil Breen's movie, I Am Here Now. I used to always say that to friends if I showed up at a house or whatever, and you send them a message, I am here. Send. Now. Send. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck about Jennifer. I don't know why, going through like, I was honestly going through her albums on Wikipedia for some reason, like, and now I've got that damn, even if you were wrong, my love don't cost a thing, stuck in my head now, because that's like something that burrowed its way deep into my fucking psyche when I was a young kid, because I'd be watching that shit over and over again. I think I was thinking about, why is it that this song's, I can imagine it in my head so damn well, at least just the chorus. And yeah, I guess I watched it a lot as a kid. I watched the video clip a lot. Oh, guess she awakened something inside of me, and I haven't been right ever since. So I fucking blame you, Jennifer Lopez, for all the problems in my life. That's why I hate her. I know that I hate her, and I was trying to figure out why, and that would be the reason. So it sucks that she's like still has all this success. I wish she wasn't here now. I wish this wasn't her now. But I think I literally remember like the end of that video clip. She like takes off her top bikini and like throws it at the camera, and it's like, gonna jerk off for the first time. Oh fuck, god damn it. I started thinking about like watching Rage as a kid. I've been very nostalgic for it. I tried bringing up old Rage clips or like recordings on archive, because I fucking waste my life. And I couldn't find that many. I'm like, I want a nostalgia fix, because I'm unhappy with my life now, and I want to revert back to when I was a kid, and then I live in that kind of way, even though it's not really going to work, because I'm not actually a kid, and instead I should be moving forward with my life as an adult and be creating things in my adult life that later on in my life I will be nostalgic for in the same way. But no, I don't want to do it. I just want to keep... I just want to get like old VHS tapes of My Little Pony and relive my childhood before I was assaulted. The reason I became a brony, because I was assaulted when I was watching My Little Pony. And even when it happened, I'm like, oh great, this is the end of my childhood, and now I'm going to be fucked up sexually. That's great. No, but I was thinking about just, because I guess it was every Saturday morning as a kid for a long time, from 8 to 14, I don't know. It seemed like every single Saturday morning was the same. I would get up early. I would get up at, well, not heaps early, but about 6:30, a bit later, because I wanted to watch Rage. I didn't watch, like, because I think it started at 6, so I didn't watch the entire thing. I would tune in when it's at number 35 on the top 50. That's just when I wanted a little bit of a sleep. And so, like, it's before my parents get up, just go in, turn on the TV and start watching. I don't know, maybe put some cereal together. And yeah, I'm just trying to think like back on that, because it really was doing this every Saturday morning, and it would be on for like hours. And I think I must have gotten so sick of so many damn songs like that, any Jennifer Lopez fucking song. I must have just gotten so sick, because every time you watch Rage, you get that feeling when a song video finishes. It's like maybe fading out. You're like, oh, what's next one gonna be? Come on, be something good. I want to hear that song again. And then it's Jennifer Lopez. Although I guess I liked that back then because I'm like, I'm being awakened. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't stop watching. Oh god. So in a sense, I don't want to blame Rage, but I just think music videos in general ruined my sexual psyche. So that's basically my experience with Rage and growing up with that having a big influence on the kind of music that I listened to and how it was influencing what kind of music I wanted to listen to back then and what I wanted to go out and buy. Although really it made me realize that music is primarily a visual medium. It's very important to have the visual aspect to music, more so than the audio aspect of it. That's very important because you have to be attractive to make music. If you're not, that's crazy. It's like Doug Stanhope says in one of his sets, isn't it a coincidence that like all the biggest pop stars and rock stars, they're all really attractive, even though it has nothing to do with them talents as musicians? What a coincidence that is. So that's why I kind of think music's just bullshit. I'm kind of glad. I guess Rage is still cool, and music videos are whatever cool, I guess. But I'm just glad I kind of just focus on music as music rather than it being like this thing where it's just a woman shaking her ass and just going as it is now. Like nothing wrong with J-Lo, I guess, but now a lot of the music is just the women just sound like and I realize like male singers now in pop songs, they sound like they're orgasming. It's going like, I loved you. Would you come back to me? Oh. It sounds like they're just on the cusp of something, and it's really annoying. I really don't like that kind of vocal style. It sounds like it's coming from like real kind of back of the throat. Sounds really forced. Really does. So yeah, I don't really like a lot of music, but I don't think I'd even liked a lot of music back then. Even when I was watching, I was just like, oh god, this is all deadening to me. Well, while we're on the subject of music, I've been trying to make this video where all I got to do is edit these things together, where it's like Patrice O'Neal was like talking about Radiohead's Creep. He was talking about that song and just how it just, applies to white people. He's just like, oh, these crackers love Creep. Oh, and Creep comes on, all the crackers, they wild out, and whatever thing he says. And it's just, I don't know, I'm just putting that together with, because we see Dave Chappelle, he was singing that song at a Foo Fighters concert, and I'm just pointing out the hilarity in that, like, ha ha ha, racial relations and how they surround this song. Isn't that funny? And whatever. So I'll see how that goes, and if it doesn't even go well, I'm still posting it. But I was thinking about, like, it would piss me off, just to be at a Foo Fighters concert and you have Dave Chappelle come out and, like, I was thinking, because when obviously I'm looking over this footage of him, he does a cover of the whole song, he's singing it, and it's just, Dave Chappelle, he's no singer. He's not a singer, and it's not even that, like, he's singing it like he's at a karaoke bar. He just doesn't even... It is basically just karaoke bar, I don't know, artistry to it and craftsmanship to it, because he just doesn't even if he's still singing it technically bad, there's still that... The emotion behind his voice and whatever, like the way he's singing it also just doesn't work. It's different to even how Tom York sings it. He's just got more of the thing that Patrice O'Neal, I guess, was saying about, like, self-hating white dude kind of attitude behind how he sings it. How dare you? That's cultural appropriation, you racist. And I was thinking, what if this happened with, like, if I was seeing Dave Chappelle at one of his, like, I saw him last year, and like halfway through the show, he gets Dave Grohl out on stage. Whoa, yeah! That'd be amazing. That'd be so exciting to see him come out on stage. You're like, oh, no shit. Ah, man, what a surprise. And then Dave Grohl just does like 5 minutes of material and it's all just shit. But everyone's like cheering. Dave's like, yo, it was so funny the other day. I had this guy come up to me and and everyone's like, whoa, yeah, whoa. You know, people are just like cracking up and laughing, and I'd just be sitting there like, oh, god damn it, come on, just get back to Dave Chappelle already. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, what is it, you know, not exactly an artist polymath, you know, being able to like succeed in both these mediums. No, they don't. I don't think so. I'm not saying Dave Grohl's probably not a funny guy. It's just, you know, him getting on stage while Chappelle's on, and Chappelle's already like, you know, raised everyone to such a high level, and then it being brought down by Dave. But everyone pretending like they're having a good time. Everyone being like, oh my god, Dave Grohl was so funny. Maybe it's a good thing that Dave Chappelle would be bringing like that comedic energy up so high. And maybe that's just the same thing that happened with the Foo Fighters and with fucking Chappelle coming out and doing that song. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, that's what I thought. What the fuck? Why is this? It's like a weird, just AI generated thing, you know? Like, you could have done this years ago. Like, get Dave Chappelle to sing Radiohead's Creep. Wouldn't that be funny? Because I saw the video of Patrice O'Neal talking shit about it and saying it was like a real white guy's thing. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if we had another black comedian singing it? And whatever. I'm doing that video. And I guess, well, on the subject of AI, like I was thinking, because everyone's talking about whatever it's called, Somalia, whatever AI, whatever the name is of that AI thing that's like producing these videos, just taking like, basically, would you call it like text to video? But yeah, just inputting a text and getting an AI generated video out of it. And yeah, it is looking, you know, cool. It looks cinematic, yes. I'm not saying cinematic in a nice way. It's just like, ooh, you know, drone shot, and it's like, and anamorphic ratio and whatever. So you got that out, and it is interesting. Like when I look at it, you think, wow, it looks so real. Like you got these actors that are in it, and you even got close-ups of them, and they like move around a little bit, and it's like, fuck, that looks real. It looks absolutely, maybe not all the way, but getting pretty close to totally photorealistic or video realistic now, and it's in high quality, so that's cool. But it makes me think, oh, is AI going to replace CGI? Because you look at CGI in even like huge movies, and you're like, ugh, looks horrible. Like CGI sometimes, especially of a person, just like, ugh, god, that looks terrible. So I guess now we're going to be using AI to create, or at least assist with creating CGI in films now. I take, or even using AI just to create the films. Don't even worry, it's all CGI now. So yeah, oh, that's kind of crazy, man. God damn, it's crazy how this future is panning out. For me, I'm like, yeah, pretty skeptical and feel bad and good about. I have like mixed feelings, even though like I don't even fuck around with AI that much. I'm like too stupid to use it. Like my friends would like, we in the group chat send a link to this thing and being like, whoa, hey, isn't this crazy? And I clicked on it and I didn't even know like where to put my text. I'm like, do I need to download this? Do I need to pay a subscription? Like, where's the thing? I don't know. I was like, oh, screw it then. But I just feel that with this kind of thing, people kind of, you know, spell doom and gloom and like, oh my god, like next year there would be no movies being made. It would just be AI generated shit, and there's not going to be any more actors or writers or anyone and all that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm skeptical because this kind of thing, I feel like I'm old enough to see when people just spout bullshit and just like, oh my god, I can't believe this is gonna happen. People really do get in like a real apocalyptic mindset about like just about everything. Like if, you know, whatever flavor of a drink or pack of biscuits slightly change their flavor or ingredients, and it's like, oh no, now we're all gonna die and it's gonna be, the stocks are all gonna go down and planes will crash out of the sky and all this kind of crap just because of that. Like it's always just hyperbolic, just, and it makes sense that you would do it, that you would exaggerate it, because it gets clicks. It just gets like the rage bait and the fear bait, and just being a cunt on YouTube or whatever, being like, oh my god, AI is gonna kill us all, and that kind of thing. I mean, maybe it will, but I'm skeptical because it makes me think of when CGI was coming around and people kind of had similar reactions to it, and people were saying they would say something along the lines of, if they were to say like, in the year 2024, dude, all movies will just be CGI. It's the same thing they're saying with AI. They'd just be like, oh my god, why even need an actor? You don't even need to pay them. You can pay just for a CGI person. But it just seems that CGI ended up not improving that much over the past 20 years. I don't know. I just remember my dad saying that about when the Final Fantasy movie came out. And he was just thinking, wow, look at this. It's like realistic looking. Animation, it looks just like a real person. We're not even going to need actors anymore, all of this kind of thing, and that kind of fear hasn't come through. Maybe it will with AI. Maybe it will, but I do think it's just going to be like an assistant. It's going to assist in creating things for sure. Like I was saying, CGI, getting that kind of thing. But there are just issues with. I can only guess because I'm not a bloody filmmaker. I don't work in the industry at all. I'm just like talking shit. But there's differences between creating something with AI and actually doing it. And I feel like, it seems in theory a sole person can just create a movie. Wow. They can just write a script and throw it in the AI and make it happen. And I assume, fine-tune it here and there to you want a character to move their eyebrow up at one point, you can do all that. But that's the problem, because I think it's too much control and it takes away from the collaborative nature of making a film, which is good because at least then you just don't have to do everything yourself. And I've worked on films and videos and stuff, and it is good to have everyone chip in with their ideas because you realize, oh yeah, that's a good idea and that's a good idea, and you've got your own ideas, so it all coming together makes it even better rather than it coming from like a sole person, because filmmaking isn't really, I've never seen it as like a sole person creating a thing. Like an animator could be like that. Someone animating a thing could do it all by themselves. Obviously like an author, a musician, just working on everything themselves. You can do it like that, but not with a film. A film is just like, many people. I mean, a lot of workers working on it, just doing the general grip work and lighting and this thing and catering and lawsuits and all that kind of stuff. Shitty CGI artists as well, working on shitty looking Marvel movies. Shitty color gradists as well. All that kind of thing. But like having one sole person work on it for like one film that's meant to be whatever, a Marvel movie or Oscar bait or whatever, it just doesn't seem like the best idea, because I've somewhat rejected auteur theory. I mean, fine, you can direct the movie and you can write it and you can kind of like insist on having like quite a lot of control over it, but there's still just, you still don't have that real intense control of an actor. And when they do a take and you just take it and you look at it over in the editing, you can't really adjust it. I mean, I guess you can now, but people, I would say, generally don't do that. They haven't throughout like the history of filmmaking. You can't really do much about it until now, like making them like move up their eyebrow or whatever it is you need them to do. And having that lack of control, it is really good to like let it, even if no one's really in control and you're just letting it come down to nature, in a sense, like having luck and fortune, misfortune, and circumstance help to create the movie as well. Like when you have a fuck up and a problem and the way you work around it, and then sometimes you're like, I'm glad I did a work around because it ended up making it better. I ended up with a better idea. The best example of that is with Jaws and the shark that kept fucking up. And they were like, oh, great, we can't even show the shark at the start of the movie, so we'll just have to hide it then, and how that worked so damn well for that film. I mean, if it was to be made now, yeah, you could do whatever you want with the CGI AI shark coming out and making a noise. So that's me kind of shitting on AI and how, and I just don't, I think people are just still going to feel like, maybe not like the fucking dumb masses, just masses of just, organized meat, and that people are just wanting to go see whatever kind of slop they want to like look at on the cinema screen and slurp it up like the pig people they are. But I think that for the really cool, patricians like myself, what really wanting to watch a movie, no, I think a lot of people still just be like, I don't want to watch an AI thing. I do want to watch like a genuine thing, even if there's a bit of AI assist here and there. But they want to watch a genuine thing, and I guess into the future, there may be a separation. Maybe like, hey, this is like a boutique film. It's actually made, and it's a whole. I don't know. It's a whole thing because you got filmmakers these days. Not a lot of them, but a few that are that dismiss CGI. They don't want to use it at all. Like Tarantino and Nolan, they're just like any chance they can get, they just refuse to use it at all and just make it all in camera. I think that's gonna persist because it does seem like there is backlash to AI, and a lot of people just being like, "Oh, this would be horrible. I don't want to see like, you want like the genuine human thing to come through a movie, whatever." Just like Neil Breen, I mean, you can't make a Neil Breen movie through AI. You have to have him actually do it, even though he is a bloody AI. Yeah, so a lot of people are going to be into that. But then again, on the other hand, there will be AI shit. There will be AI generated movies with just, hey, look, it's Tupac and Cary Grant. Whoa, they're in a film together where they got to, drive a baby across the country to get it back to its mother. And it was made by a 14-year-old, solely by him. It could be like, yeah, a whole lot of that stuff. Honestly, it sounds very novel, like the kind of stuff that I'm just talking about now with that whole film idea. You could just shit it out. But it doesn't sound like something I want to sit down for even like an hour or 90 minutes to watch. I do want like a genuine produced thing. A lot of AI I've been watching is just, oh, okay, but I don't really care that much. I think I like more the sporadic nature of people fucking around rather than... Although a lot of AI shit you see, sometimes it's like, oh, I did write this and put it through, so there's not as much AI as you'd think. I don't know. I feel a little bit mixed about it all. And another big thing is that I could be one of these fucking people that could just... I've got a bunch of screenplays that I've written, and some of them I look over and I'm like, God, I would like to, put it into a film. I'd still like to throw it out there, and hey, well, maybe one of these days I can just send it through an AI thing and have it on my computer screen, and I'm just sitting there watching it like, wow, I finally did it. I finally made my movie. And then I can send it out into the world and put it on YouTube, for like 9 people to watch. Or not even 9 people to watch, but 9 viewers. No one's watching it except for me. But hey, maybe I want to make it just for myself. But, who knows how it's going to come out. It might be, okay, it's still got word for word, it's my screenplay, but you want to like... Especially because these are comedy screenplays I'm writing, like I have a very specific idea of, how it's delivered and the comedic pacing. I'm sure AI is going to have trouble with that. I mean, it is still general comedic timing, but I'm sure it's just not going to translate. I think it'd be particularly hard for that. But one of these days, they'll get it right. Like fucking 2 years from now, 2 weeks from now. It is not scary, but just alarming somewhat at the rapid rate of all this shit. Oh, very exciting, I suppose, but I don't care because I'm so tapped out of the culture anyway. I don't even care about like technological advancement, I really am tapped out of the culture just because of the whole like last decade with like Trump era, politics and just social media and the literal fakeness of it, that there's actually fake shit on there, and the fakeness of the internet as well, that's just going to be made even worse because of all this AI shit. And not knowing what's real, and just the news being very deceitful just because they need to keep working and keep existing, and this is how they need to put forward their news nowadays. And along with just woke politics, identity politics, right wing, left wing, whatever, and then with COVID and pandemic as well and all that kind of crap, I'm just like, oh, I'm somewhat tapped out. I'd still just go see a movie here and there. I still keep up with the culture. I still like listen to the new Jennifer Lopez album and watch the new Neil Breen movie. I'm still connected with, contemporary fine art, but a lot of that crap is just, it's kind of slop. That's what a lot of this AI is. It's just slop for just, genuinely dumb people just staring at movie. Just being, I like movie. Wow, isn't this amazing? And spend half their time on the phone during the movie anyway, because it's just a non-thinking non-person. Anyway, enough shitting on. Not like me though. I am very smart and cultured. Anyway, yeah. You know what? The big twist about all this is that this whole, just what you've heard right then, but not now, but what you just heard, my whole rant-ish, my discourse about AI, that right there was all AI generated. It was. I put all my podcasts through a thing, and now it's got and it's even it's not like I had to write a script. It wrote it for me. And I didn't have to do anything other than put in the prompt. Just me talking about AI. That's it. And this is what it came up with. So pretty good, huh? It even got all my stumbling and stuttering right, and coughing and class clanking in my drink, and like, but it's like AI did a good job with that. So yeah, I actually do think AI is pretty cool. Actually, I'll just end this with basically what I've written down is just like not to get excited for things, because again, like I've been old enough to like know like what's actually gonna like occur, and what to really get excited about, and what's going to fuck up. Like, for today, I saw this thing where, it doesn't even matter, but it's like Guzman Gomez had like $5 burritos through like DoorDash, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I guess I could get that later in the night. And I was just thinking to myself, like, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. And guess what? It didn't work. I was thinking, it's not going to work because who knows what's going to happen? Like, I could just, the app doesn't work. It just plain doesn't work on my phone, or I'm just not able to sign in, or it says something like, oh, it's just not working. The offer in general, or it's got like a time limit. It like cuts out at 5 p.m. or something, or it just plain just doesn't come up on the app. That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking it just doesn't show up, and I'm like, oh, well, fuck, there's no $5 burrito for me then. And that is basically what happened. What happened is that it just said like, sorry, the offer for today is now closed, sold out. And I'm looking at it like, oh yeah, that's what I expected, really. I expected disappointment, and I'm not disappointed. But I just feel that if I had this thought about, oh right, I'm getting my burrito later, and I hardly even care, because fuck Guzman, I basically just wanted to give it a try, but I don't give a fuck about the burritos. They kind of suck. More of a Zambruro's boy. But if I had that expectation completely about like, I am getting my $5 burrito, and then later on seeing this, I would be disappointed. And I would be kind of pissed off. So yeah, it wouldn't have been good. But, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old, and, I do recognize a lot of these things that just, as depressing as it sounds, but really it isn't depressing, because it is like because I just didn't get disappointed by it. I just had that thought like, this isn't going to like go anywhere, and then it didn't. And then I just continue on with my day, rather than like getting real hot and bothered about it like I would, like, getting real angry and stomping around my house, and, going out and like firing guns out into the open air, just being so angry. God damn it, I want my $5 burrito. How can you tell me you sold out? Yeah, I'm sure they had a lot of like orders for that. I can imagine that they did sell out. Yeah, sure. But that's just the thought process that I had. The thought process. And so it just goes to show that I'm growing up, and this is a good way for me to just not get disappointed by the technological advents of AI. When they don't occur how I think that they're going to, I won't be disappointed. And I'm not able to put my script through an AI thing for it to generate because it's like, oh, you only can't do like this thing. You can't use copyrighted things or famous people's copyrighted faces, visages, and all that kind of thing. I'm like, oh no, I can't even put it through. So yeah, that's my fucking burrito story. Oh, I'm so hungry now. I am gonna stop and go get a. Oh, not a burrito. I don't know what I'm gonna fucking will eat. Anyway, this has been the David Morgan Brown, the AI generated episode. Woohoo! Isn't this special? This is what 2024 is gonna bring. Fucking whoop-de-doo.